I printed them. I did. It's kind of like wood cut, but you use lino. Like linoleum,
yes.
And you kind of sculpture it, and then you roller it with ink. And so I was it took me about a week to do a poster, and people soon realised that they were handmade. So they used to get stolen. I used to spend a whole week making posters, put them up, and I'd go back the next day, and they weren't there. People were collecting them. Yeah, it's probably East London, where I live. Come and see me. I live next to a really good restaurant, and where I live, there's just lots of bars and clubs putting on interesting music, whatever music you're into, from electronic music to rockabilly. I could go out every day of the week and see something interesting. There are tourists there, but they're not Americans with cameras. There's a lot of Japanese people there, and a lot of European people go there. There are tourists there, but they're more kind of pop culture tourists than Americans with cameras. It's very good. It's like a kind of underground experimental kind of house event. I've played for them before, and I'm playing with them for them on New Year's Eve with Carl Craig in London. I really like the horrors, the XX teens. They used to be called the Xerox teens, but Xerox, the company, threatened to sue them, so they had to change their name. I like a band called Batant. I like the Black Lips, the band from America. I've just done a remix of the Black Lips. My favourite subject, fashion. I don't actually like a lot of modern fashions. The only kind of label that I would probably buy now is Vivienne Westwood, but that's because I've collected Vivienne Westwood for years. I've got stuff going back to the Pirate collection. I've got a lot of stuff that I've been offered quite a lot of money for by Japanese collectors. But now I just like kind of classic. I have suits made, and the style of them, some of them are kind of late 50s English, and some of them are kind of turn of the century English, Edwardian. So either 1905 or 1955 to 1960. And I like a lot of traditional English. I like to go to Savile Row and Jermyn Street and buy sort of classic English trousers and jackets. And there's a shop called Cordings in Piccadilly, which is a very traditional man shop. So a mixture of kind of late 50s stuff and very early turn of the century English look. Depends how I feel when I get up in the morning. If you see the programme, the programme with the picture of Underworld on the front. Right. Have you seen it? I think it's called Blink or something. There's like a programme, and it has a picture of me inside, and I'm wearing one of the suits. It's by a tailor called Mark Powell. You have to have been in love, fallen out of love, been high on drugs, low on drugs. I think you've had to kind of you've had to have experienced as much as possible. It's an obvious answer, but that's the simple fact. But I think love and drugs play a big part. It can teach you a hell of a lot about yourself. You're watching Andrew Weatherall on GHTV. This is the Fashion Tips Hour. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.